Hi guys, Ronda with that in H here. Okay, so this is part 2 of my needlebook how-to second video. What I thought I would do is to start working on some kind of embellishment for the front. Now, this is a piece of punch. I bought one of those punch things that I don't know how to describe it. It's a little tool that you punch from the back and it makes these fuzzies on the front. And I did this little design of flowers, and this just happens to be in the right color. Look. So I pulled that out this morning, and I'm putting a piece of batting behind it, and I am just, I don't know. The stitches are so big it probably can't be called quilting, but I do have my thimble and finger, and I've got some quilting thread, so I am just doing, I don't know, I think people call this slow stitching now, but basically what it is quilting with big stitches. Hand quilting with big stitches is what I see it as. So I am just kind of going around, and I'm using a pink quilting thread. I'm not using, ordinarily if I'm quilting something, and I'm trying to be really, really careful, then I would have a hoop to hold this taut. But I'm just kind of playing around here a little bit. And I don't know if I'm actually going to use this or not. Let me show you a couple of the things. I'm going to go ahead and set this off to the side. When I turn the camera off, I will go ahead and finish what quilting I'm going to do on this, knowing that I may not actually use this piece, but I wanted to show you what I'm doing, and then we'll kind of decide. And you can be looking around for some of the, maybe you have some pretty embroidery doilies or scarves, or not doilies, doilies aren't embroidered, scarves or pillowcases or, hand towels or napkins, that kind of thing, cloth that you could use some pretty cutaways to add beauty to your needlebook. So this is one possible something. And if I don't use it on the cover, I may use it as a pocket or an embellishment in the book somewhere. So anyway, when you see this next, it'll be whatever quilting will be done. I also wanted to show you this. I embroidered a while back, this sweet little girl, and I just, I forgot. I even forgot that I had these things. They were sitting in a spot that I hadn't been in, a drawer that I hadn't been in for a while. So I probably won't use this in this piece of work, because my colors are yellow and purple and blue, which I love as well, but I'm kind of going for the pink, but I just wanted to show you that. Now, I have some images that I have printed out. Some of these are on Pinterest. Some of these I have purchased. I know these three are Rose Cottage, is it? Cottage Rose? I can't remember, that I've purchased, and this was off Pinterest. I love this one. I use this a lot. So I may just do some of the paper and do some pretty fabric behind it, and we'll do some lace and whatnot. Or maybe I can combine the two. I'm not sure. But you do want to gather, and here's another fun image. You do want to gather, and I have this, I have a lot of images that I have used, and catalogs and different things that I have taken pictures from and prepared, and just fun stuff. So you're going to want to gather some of those goodies. And I also found these are fabric pieces. This is from yardage that I had cut that is advertising, but this works. This would be kind of a fun thing, maybe as a pocket here or there. Now these aren't the color, but I like the way they kind of stand out. These are more in the color tone, so I may find a use for these in here. I really like this image. It's so clear and beautiful, but I don't know, you know. So I just pulled a few of these things that I may use. This probably not. Anyway, another thing that you can look through your, I have a lot of paper piece blocks, and these are just, this is not, I would not do a green house on this, but these were just in the same drawer, not normally with my regular paper piece blocks even, but it's something that I enjoy doing. And so I may go ahead and find a paper piece block that I love that would fit beautifully on here, or not paper piece, just a miniature block. I'm kind of keeping my images sort of in the lengthwise, like 3.5 inches maybe, and maybe just a little bit narrower, so that you still see plenty of the beautiful quilting around it. And this is really pretty, but I'm not sure that I love the blue with this. I love blue, but maybe not with this particular image. But this, I don't know, so far, you know, I can kind of see this. But then if I've got a pink house, you know, this could, Okay, so you guys, gather your embellishments. Get some papers, get some fabrics, print on fabric, print on paper. We mix them up together. It's perfectly fine. Do a little bit of embroidery work if you want. Do some slow stitching. This is not a process, I hope anyway, that you're going to be able to just kind of, let's enjoy it. Let's take a minute or two. Let's relax with it. Let's visit. Let's just enjoy the day and do a little bit of handwork. Maybe search through the documents, do a little bit of gathering, kind of dream and play a little bit, and then we'll sort of narrow things down as we go. All right, I'm going to stop the video right now and finish this and pull a few things together, and I think I'm going to make a decision as to what I'm going to do for my front cover, so I'm not wasting your time, and we will be back. So in the meantime, be thinking, decide what you want to do, make sure you get your cover done. All right. Okay, I have pulled a few things together that I think I am going to use in and on my sewing, my needle book. Okay, let me show you. I have slow stitched, or I say quilted. You know, everything that's old is new again with a little bit of a twist. But I loved how this turned out. And, you know, I when I made it originally, I was thinking, you know, 3 little flowers like this. But then when I was working on my journal and I'm looking at these cherries, I like cherries. So that's what I'm calling these now. These are cherries, a cherry cluster. So I slow stitched all around or quilted, and then I pinked the edges. I like that finish. And let me show you, these are Fisker pinking shears. They're not cheap, but if you get a good pair, some of you, you know, and if you sew, you may already have a pair of pinking shears. But anyway, that's what I used to clip around, and I just, you know, I didn't try to do a perfect. I just went around my little image. So I love this, and so I'm going to go ahead and instead of putting, you know, the flowers, and I did look. I mean, this is very beautiful. But this is a needle book. And so for this particular one, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Whatever you use to put on your journal, I do journals a lot, so my thinking is always with a journal. So sorry for this sweet little needle book. Now, I'm going to tell you about my process as we're coming up with the front. I like this. I very much like this, but it needs something. I'm not okay with it just being, there you go. If you're okay with it, then not a problem. But if you've subscribed to me and watched me for a while, you know that I love to layer. Layer and layer and layer and layer. And that's what I want to do here as well. So I want to look at some different options for doing that. So I tore some fabrics. I wanted something that blended nicely, that wasn't exactly the same, but didn't swear at me as I put it on top of. And this is a nice example of that. I also, here somewhere, oh guys, my desk is a mess. I usually clean up after every project and clear my desk off so I can start and mess it up again, but sometimes when I'm working on something, I just switch if it's in the same color tone. Okay, so I took one of my piano papers, the Digi-Download, and backed it on a nice cardstock to give some body, and I thought, okay, well, maybe we'll do something like that. And I like that. I think that's very pretty. So, do I like this? Yes, I kind of do. You know, get some layers going and, you know, pull in some other things. But then I also tore another piece of fabric, and I have not used this particular little piece, and so it makes a nice accent. I think that's really pretty. This on here, that looks really pretty. But the pink on the pink may be a little too pink. See? But then this and this, to me, don't sing beautifully together. So, this is I love this, but as I'm, you know, auditioning, that may not win. And then And then she said, take a peek, see at me. Well, look at that. Look how beautifully. Look at that. But here again, we've got the pink over here that kind of disappears. So, what do I think of that? And I actually really like this. And I picked up at Hobby Lobby, they had 50% off on their spools and things. And look at this, you guys. And look at this, you guys. Oh, is that starting to sing? Yeah, hello. Oh. So I think I'm going to add this to the front and again to the back, I think. So we'll set this aside. So that, just to show you, that's adding some really nice softening, feminining, making it more feminine, okay? And hello, pink is a girl's color. But if you're a guy and you love pink, then yay, that's cool. And then I thought, what if actually, I came across this in my, just an extra little snippet from something, and I thought, oh, and I stuck this under this, and I said, aha, yes, but this is too wide. So let me explain what I'm doing with that. I purchased this, I'm sure, at another 50% off. This was also, I think, Hobby Lobby, but don't quote me on that. So what I did was, well, let me show you. I cut. I measured halfway and just cut. And created 2 of these. So I've got twice the ribbon, twice the bang for my buck, okay? Then what I did was I took this to my sewing machine and I stitched with a very large stitch. This is a 4.0, I believe, and stitched the whole thing, and then I proceeded to gather. And to do that, it's just simply a matter of taking one or the other threads, top or the bottom thread, and gently pulling. See what I'm doing? I'm creating ruffles. Okay, so that's what I did to the other end. And so I love this softening. Look at that. So we just add that. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it again, and we'll add this, and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing that as beautiful. Okay, so those are the elements that I am going to use. I just wanted to show you how it can evolve and give it the time to evolve. Now let's talk about this little piece of felt. This is just from a sheet of felt. This is a heavy felt. Some are real floppy and fine. This one has a little more body to it. So what I wanted to do, I cut around. I put this on my felt. Well, let me show you. Okay. I put this on my felt, and then I just cut around, eyeballing it. And then when I took it off, I had a bigger piece of this, and then I just trimmed in, well, for those of you that are not familiar, I'm just going to do this again, okay? Just to show you how easy it is. Alrighty. I just use this as a bit of a pattern, and you can buy felt in Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart's, I mean any store that you would get your, you know, your sewing supplies and crafting supplies, you can buy that. Okay, so here's my basic. Then what I did was I took this piece and I went ahead and trimmed part of that off, trying to be equal. Like this particular one, it looks like it's about 3/8 of an inch wide. And I am just trimming that down. And this is going to give me a base, but it won't show. Okay? Now look. Now, and here's what I'm thinking. This is going to be, because this has a little bit of bulk in it, and I don't want my needle book to the front, I don't want it to pull up and have it be up and then flat down in the center. I would prefer it to be equal, to have it raised both in the center and around the sides. Because when you put your little bit of lace ruffle, you know, that's going to raise the outside. But if you also put something on the center to give it some bulk, it will raise in the center as well. And in fact, I could very easily use both of these pieces. What a happy accident. And look at the difference. Yep, that's what we're gonna do, guys. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim this up just a little bit. I obviously made this one just a smidgen smaller, and that's good. So I'm going to glue this onto the back. I'm not going to stitch this part. And I'm going to glue the ruffle in here as well. So let me clear my area and let me get a junker paper to do that on so I don't have to worry about I rarely anymore use hot glue, but I am going to, for this application, I'm going to just do a little bit of dotting with my glue gun. Wait, that's not how I wanted it. See? Oh. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's a reason. I don't glue that very much. Okay, we better do a little bit more than that. No, I'm not going to use that. Okay, I lied. Switching gears. Fabric tack. I am going to use that glue, but not right here. I forget, you guys. Just bear with me. I'm an old lady. I'm an old lady grandma. Okay. We're going to adhere that. And then we will also adhere these two pieces together again. Alrighty. I hope that you guys are having a fabulous day. I don't know that this will air. Well, I know it won't air today, because this is part 2, but today is technically Wednesday that I'm working on this. Okay, that's looking really good. I really kind of love the texture with the quilting here. And then this is, yeah, this is pretty cool. Okay, now let's put the lid back on our fabric tack for the moment. Thank you, fabric tack, you were wonderful. Now I want to glue this, and this is my bottom, and so this is where I want to start. This is where I'm going to use my glue gun, because it will just apply faster, and that's the only reason that I'm going to use it. Oh, let's see, but I don't want to do it that way. Let's start. And we will just be careful. The thing about a glue gun is the hot glue. The burny fingers. But back in the day, this is all we had. And so this is what we used. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, you guys, this is going to be fabulous. Okay. So I need to put in another stick to help push the one stick. It's getting short. I'm sort of in between here. So let me just... Oops, there fell out. Okay, we'll get it in a minute. And we'll just continue pressing this down, pressing our pretty little gather. And I didn't gather it too much. If you want more, you would just do that accordingly. You would just ruffle it tighter, and you would get that effect. Pick this up off the floor. Well, maybe not yet. We'll continue on. But this is definitely something that, if you have a glue gun, I mean, I have a couple. I've had many glue guns over the years. But I just really, right now, with what I'm doing, I just love to do the stitching and the gluing with different ones. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. And they're pretty inexpensive. Okay, now we're gonna, for the very last little bit, we're gonna have to add that long glue stick because I ran out of glue. Ouch, that hurt. Ouch. That burns. Just letting you know. That's one of the downfalls about a glue stick. Okay, now for the last tiny little bit. And I'm going to overlap it. Just a smidgen. Okay. And we will call that, woohoo, done. And then I have this, and this is what's left from the one piece. This is wonderful. This woven ribbon, because it's kind of a, I don't know, it's a synthetic, it doesn't fray a ton. And so, and it's got this really pretty little sparkle in it. I'm excited to have that. Okay, here we go. Ooh, okay, this is, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, this is amazing. Now what I have to decide, do I want an additional something that's even a little bit darker, like bringing in this color, say, for instance, underneath, that wouldn't be dark enough. Let's see, let me get a piece. If I've got a piece, I'm just trying to see what it would look like if we did another piece, just a teeny little bit of a border. That would be pretty. And actually, you know what? If I did corners, if I did a corner here and a corner down here, that's an idea. Okay, let's find some more of this darker color. Let's see what I've got. Let's see, let's play. This is, you know, this is what's fun, is just to play, to make it wonderful. I actually don't like that as well as that other color, and I only have that much of that particular shade. Let me see if I've got anything else as I'm pulling through some of my fabrics. Would this work? What do you think? Would that work, you guys? You like that? It's not bad. That's not bad. I think I like that. That so far is winning. Now, let me pull over. Oh. Did I lie? Did I lie to you? Oh my gosh. Here's the, okay. All right. So, I do this. So this is a process. Excuse, you know, but this is what you do. I mean, this is what I do. This is art. You know, this is creating. This is what we do. I'm not trying to just slap something down just to say it's done. I'm trying to create an artistic piece. I'm trying to create beauty. That's where the layering comes in, and that's where, you know, I get a lot of joy from doing that. Which color matches better? Yep. This one. Okay. We found it. You guys are so good. I knew you would help me find the right piece. And you know what this is off from? Some kind of curtain sheet or something or other. Well, there's a hem. Pillowcase, maybe. Yeah, it's a pillowcase. All right. Well, so what I want to do now is we're trying to size this. And I kind of would like to be able to get that frayed look if I can. It's not always possible on every fabric that you will use. So what I'm doing, I'm clipping and I'm going to rip. And I will cut that, and we'll just put that pillowcase off to the side. So I want to get two sides frayed, and then I will clip and fray the others closer to the size that I want. Okay, that could be used. You never know about that. So now I want to pull off a bunch of these threads, and they will go in my, to make more fabric down the road. Boy, I've got a lot of those. I'm gonna have to do a video on that pretty soon too. Okay, so I just want a minimum. I don't want a lot. Because, let me explain that to you. I love this. This is very pretty. And if you want to just do it like this and have that be your cover, absolutely gorgeous. Yay, do it. But if you want to play with it a little bit and add some more embellishments and color, look at this, you guys. Ooh! Okay, that's about right. So now what I want to do is just clip just a little bit beyond. Okay. And I'll clip just a little bit beyond there. And then we will clean this all up, give myself some good frayed edges. And for those of you that don't iron your fabric, then you go right ahead and just continue on. And for those of us that do iron our fabrics, then I will do that. So this is what I'm going to do off camera, just so you know. I'm going to iron this piece of fabric down. This has already been ironed. So I'm going to stitch these two pieces together. I may do more than one stitching, I'm not sure, but I'm going to stitch it to my front cover, okay? Now, keeping in mind that I'm pulling my lining away. So I'm going to stitch that to my front cover, and then I'll be prepared to glue this on, and then be prepared. Well, I don't have to do the trim yet. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll be back. All right, I have stitched this on. I have stitched one layer with just the fabrics, and then I pinned my fabric squares and stitched it to the front of my cover, keeping in mind that this is good. All right, so now we're going to glue this on. And what we could also do, I'm just giving you some options. I have this really wonderful cheesecloth that I have scrunched and dyed. Now, if I wanted to, I could go ahead and add some more layering to, to that. Could do a little bit, I don't know. I could, if I wanted to do some of that, I could add, that's not floating my boat exactly. I don't know if it's the color or what. At the moment, doesn't matter. Or I could put some tulle. Tulle is also very soft and yummy. That's quite pretty. But that's the beige. I could bring in some pink tulle if I wanted. And I could, so this just shows you, you can do more layering. You can do a lot more to this if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, that's so pretty. Maybe I'll have to keep this one for myself. I don't know. All right. So this is where we will get our fabric tack again. And we will glue. Alrighty. This is so much fun, you guys. It's just, sometimes you just have to switch up what you're working on. And I've been doing journal embellishments if you've been watching my videos. And if you haven't, I hope you consider subscribing to my channel. I hope I'm giving you some great ideas. Okay. Let's center that. And now we'll stand up for this part. And we're just going to press down. Press down. You could, if you wanted, you could stitch this on. But I absolutely love the layered and the dimension. Let me see if I can show you that. Can you see a little bit? That by adding those 2 pieces of felt underneath and my lace ruffle, it's raised up off. Anyway, it's so pretty. I love it. Okay, moving on. I'm not going to do anything to the back. I love that. I think it's beautiful. I don't think it needs anything. You can if you choose. I am going to glue on my trims, but that'll probably be one of the last things that I do. Now I want to entertain putting some lace or ruffling at the bottom. I've seen some that some of the people that I follow and some that have posted needle books for sale or journals for sale. Oh man, where did I? Now I'm having a hard time finding all my stuff. I had a piece. Oh, by the way, I have these little doilies that I don't know what I was going to use them for. And so I just stitched them, hand stitched them to a piece of felt and kept the center. This could also be a type of a little needle book. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I may put, something here, just a small little needle keep, for fun. Okay. This is one of the laces that I was considering. Oh, here it is. So I cut up a napkin, vintage napkin that, this is not like your cotton. This is a polyester, something. It's not a typical vintage. It's just a little different. The material is a different fabric, and so it pulls just a little bit differently. but I cut a piece of that off, and I'm considering doing this, you guys. Ruffling, okay, lightly ruffling. Well, let's see, let's just go pretend that we've sort of done that. And then let's add a little bit more, kind of like that. Let's close the book and let's see what we think with this. Do you like it? Is it too much? Is it enough? Is it too much? I don't know. Okay. This is where I'm going to stop right here and do some more thinking off camera and come up with a plan. I may or may not add a ruffle to the bottom. If I don't, then I will likely put some type of ruffle or trim in between my lining. Let me show you what that would look like. These are the thoughts, and stitch that together like that as well, which that's really quite pretty. I could do that all the way around. Okay, this is where we're going to close for today. Continue on, get your front cover finished up. Get that done, and then let's get prepared for doing some ruffles and stitching our two pieces together. All right. Until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye now.